And so, who do you think has the tougher job in selecting this jury? Which side do you think it's going to be harder for them to get exactly what they want?
I think the defense has more at stake. They have a client, former President Trump, who could face a guilty verdict against them for potentially felonies. They have a more difficult case in front of them, and they need to do a great job of going through each juror, not only to ensure that they're having an impartial jury, but they have a client to serve. So they have a client to serve here. They want the former president to feel that they're doing the most that they possibly can in order to get a jury that is not going to just say, oh, well, this is former President Donald Trump. We already know all about him and we've made up our minds essentially. So I do think that it's on the defense. The prosecution, I believe they'll be happy just having a jury in place to be able to try their case. This is a case of the state versus former President Trump. If they're able to go forward on this case, which we know there's been multiple attempts to delay, I think that in and of itself is really a victory for them and a win.
And so you spoke a bit about this being a long, are you suspecting this jury selection will be a long, drawn out process? Give us a ballpark. What do you think? How long is this going to take?
The Judge Mershon earlier in the hearings today said that he expects the trial to last approximately 6 weeks. So a big part of jury selection is just making sure that scheduling works. There was an individual that was dismissed today because sometime in early June or late May, he was going to attend his daughter's wedding out of state. And that's just one microcosm of an issue that there might be, a scheduling issue. So I suspect that Judge Mershon, from everything that's been said about him, everything that's been written about him, and his reputation is that he runs a very tight ship. He tries to keep things very organized. I don't think that it will be drawn on. We're not talking weeks here. Could we still have by Wednesday or Thursday? Maybe the jury hasn't been perfected yet. It's definitely possible, but these variables really depend on the individuals that are answering questions from the prosecutors and from the defense team. If they're answering the questions in a way that are sufficient, that show that they're impartial, that they can sit there, that they can make a fair judgment of the case, it could happen quickly. I just imagine that the defense team is going to want to be very detailed and take their time with going through these questions. So could we still have issues with the jury? Potentially, but there are a lot of different factors at play that could speed up or slow down where we end up in this process.